3 years ago, we started a side hustle that changed our lives. Today, we hit a huge milestone in it. That's what we're going to talk about. What's going on, guys? My name's Sebastian. This is Resell Junkie. If you're new here, my wife and I, we sell used stuff online and we teach others how to do it. What we're talking about today is eBay and how it has changed our lives, has gone from a small side hustle that started out of our closet into this kind of monster that pays our bills, gives us free time, and brings back our mental sanity. So if you guys don't know my story, several years ago, I worked for the company Cisco Foods. It was the worst job I ever had in my life, and it made me so depressed, sad, and all of those good things that the corporate world does to people. So I slacked off and I was able to go to thrift stores while I was working, and slowly I built up a little side hustle. It started with, a few sales here and there, and then quickly snowballed into several $1,000s a month within just a couple months. And then after 6 months, we were hitting that $10,000 a month sales mark on eBay about 3 months in a row. And that's when I knew it was time to pull the plug on that corporate job. And I did. I quit my corporate job 6 months after starting on eBay, and it was amazing. The first year on eBay, we sold over $100,000 worth of used stuff, and we've kept that trajectory going. Before we even get any further, this year is probably the first year we've missed the $100,000 mark by a few $1,000s, and that makes me really, really sad. But that's okay. 2020 was totally weird. We focused on our energy on a lot of different other subcategories of hustling. We've built up this brand, this YouTube channel, and just a bunch of other things. So eBay was kind of put on the back burner. The fact that we were still able to do over 90 grand in sales this year on eBay, working very little, and I'm talking like under 15 hours a week, is pretty amazing. It's incredible, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I think every reseller should hear, whether you're new, whether you're tenured, whether you're thinking about selling on eBay, or whatever the case is. Maybe you've never resold anything online. This video is gonna be awesome for you. Guys, before we get into all that, if this video does help, smash that like button. It really boosts us with the algorithm monster. And then if you're new here and you like hustling, you like eBay, all that good stuff, smash that subscribe button and let's become friends. So the number one thing I can tell you about eBay and hustling in general is just get started. Do not watch this video and just mull it over for 3 months. Don't do that, because then you're gonna be 3 months behind that guy that started right now. You need to get started. You need to stop watching videos. You need to stop thinking. You need to stop worrying about taxes. You need to stop worrying about all of this stuff, like the higher level things. And you need to go out there and put the effort in, put the grind in, and get some boots to the ground. Go sourcing, go thrifting, find stuff to sell, figure it out. Make some mistakes, but just you need to get started. The number one issue I see with people is they never get started, and then a year down the line, they're like, oh man, I wish I would have started. I'm like, well, yeah, I told you a year ago you should have. That's so common. People like to overthink, analysis by paralysis, or paralysis by analysis, whatever. It's seriously such a common issue, guys. Please, 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 if you take anything from this video, just get started. It doesn't have to be eBay. It doesn't have to be used clothes like we sell. It doesn't have to be anything you see on YouTube or what your friends do. Get started with something that you like. That's the biggest thing in this. Do not just copycat people. Do something that makes you happy, that doesn't create a job for yourself, because that's the worst thing you can do. Starting a side hustle that turns into a job you hate, don't do that. Follow your passions, sell what you want to sell, and make yourself happy. That goes into number 2. I think finding your niche is super, super important just for your mental health and just for the growth of your business and your general day-to-day well-being. I say this because not a lot of people talk about this. They say, okay, go be a reseller. That doesn't mean anything. You can literally go resell jets, yachts, guns, people. You can resell anything you want to resell, but I'm not telling you go to resell all those things. Some of those are awful things. Some of them are really hard to resell. You need to pick something that works for you. So like used clothing works for me. Do you know why? Because I'm lazy. I don't want to work too hard. I'm sick of packing heavy items that are going to be damaged in shipping. I'm sick of worrying about selling, expensive reel-to-reel players or turntables that might get damaged or returned or whatever the case may be. I like clothing because I pay $5 for this. If it gets lost, if it gets damaged in the mail somehow, or if a customer doesn't like it, it's not a huge loss for me. It doesn't matter. But I also don't go after like high-end or cool or hype clothing, because again, that's not what I want. I don't want stresses of people thinking things are fake that I'm selling. I don't want to deal with children that are trying to haggle me over, little things in here and there. I like to sell to grown men between 30 and 55 years old that are active because it's easy for me to find that inventory, the people don't complain as much, and it's just much better overall for my well-being. Going back to the day-to-day stuff, it depends on what you want to ship and how you want to live your life. If you want to ship pallets of stuff on truckloads, great. There's a resale community for that. If you want to throw stuff in a bag and just slap a label on it and that's it, there's a community for that, and that's what I do, right? I don't have boxes, I don't have bubble wrap anymore. I don't worry about these things because literally 99% of stuff goes in a poly bag or a free USPS flat rate envelope. I've simplified my life so much, but it's taken 3 years to get to this point. When I started out 3 years ago, I was just like every other reseller. I would flip anything and everything to make a penny. And guys, when I tell you anything and everything, I've sold almost 8,000 items on eBay and even more just spread out between different marketplaces. And I'm telling you right now, when you're that kind of reseller and you're selling, clothing, and then you're selling really, really heavy stuff that it's bulky or whatever, it really takes a toll on you and it really makes your day-to-day a lot worse. If you have to wake up and that morning you're gonna have to ship 5 reel-to-reel players, 2 turntables, and 10 vintage receivers, yeah, maybe you made a few bucks, maybe you're good that way, but how long is that gonna take you to ship? How much stress are you gonna have when those things actually do get shipped? And it's like, is it worth that money? To me, it wasn't. I like to chill, I like to wake up in the morning, know I'm gonna just throw a few things in a bag, and that's my morning. It's chill, it's easy, and I love it. It's fun for me. Number 3, off those kind of points is find your niche. Again, this is a little bit more specialized than what we just talked about, but again, find your niche. You're not just a clothing seller. Are you a woman's clothing seller? Are you a men's, children's? Do you sell only plus size? Do you sell only activewear? Do you only sell leisure? There's so many different sub niches, so saying that you want to sell clothing, that's not enough. You're most likely not going to do that well if you just go in the big picture. Because 2 things, you're going to spend more time at thrift stores because you're going to be sourcing, you're going to be looking at every single item, which might be great. You might buy more inventory, but you also may lose more money off of bad buys. Second thing, if you niche down, it makes it really, really, really easy to go into a thrift store and just mentally process everything and just quickly rifle through things because you're only looking for specific items. I don't care about other items. I don't care about learning women's clothing. I'll go through the women's section. I'll look for like the heavy hitter brands that I know, like, and trust. But at that point, like, I'm done. That's it. That's all I do. I don't go item by item by item just because once you get good at this, it's mostly pattern recognition. It really is. You can tell if something's old by the fade or the patina on it. You can tell what fabrics are from a mile away if you understand fabrics. If you niche down, it makes it really, really easy to become the expert in that field. I am very comfortable selling activewear type clothing, hiking type clothing, sports related clothing to men. That's what I'm very, very comfortable with. I am not comfortable sorting through kids' clothes, and I do not ever want to touch women's clothing because there's a whole other issue with that. That issue is that women are way more pickier about clothing. It's going to be more of a headache, whereas men don't really care. 99% of men will not care that this is a $40 basic t-shirt, but I do because I like the way it fits and it makes me feel. Most men aren't like that. Most men are brutes. They just want their clothes to just arrive on time and be in decent condition, and that's it. When you start going into women's clothing, it's just a lot more emotional because women are usually attached to their clothing. It usually means a lot more, and they're way more interested in fashion than men typically are. It's a whole other thing to think about. It's, do you want to deal with possible more returns, with more issues as far as sizing, things not fitting right, colors not being accurate? That's what you're gonna do if you go into the full spectrum of clothing. That's why I niche down. It makes my life, again, mentally easier. There's way more sanity just selling men's clothes. I wanna tell you right now, number 4, this will not be easy. It's not easy by any means. Just because I make it seem somewhat easy as far as selling clothes or selling stuff online, the first year, year and a half will be really, really difficult for you. You will get burned out, you will hate it, you will be upset, you will lose money, you will have awful customers, you will have just qualms about eBay and marketplaces. These are real life issues, guys. I am not gonna sugarcoat it like every other major reseller on here does. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of this sucks. A lot of this is a grind. A lot of this is just day-to-day repetitive stuff. If you guys think I enjoy shipping, you're out of your mind. I hate it. I hate shipping. I hate doing spreadsheets. I hate the logistics. I don't like doing customer service. I like to go thrifting, and I like to buy stuff, and I like to resell it. I like the money, and I like the freedom that it provides me, but by no means is this easy. Especially starting out, this will be one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do because you have to learn all of those things. First of all, you have to be great at shopping. You have to be great at time management. You have to be great at processing. You have to be great at taking photos. You have to be great at being customer service. There's so many things to learn that just don't think you're going to become an expert reseller overnight by taking anyone's course or by watching any sort of YouTube video. It doesn't work like that. You need to put skin in the game, you need to lose money, and you need to have bad experiences to learn. I'm not trying to scare anyone away from reselling, so moving into number 5, it's the most amazing thing I've ever done for myself. It made me think completely different. Everything now has some sort of value to me. I can look around, I can go on any single local marketplace and try to make some money, and you can do that every single day. There's no limit to this, there's no cap, there's no boss telling you you can only work 40 hours a week this week. You literally have an unlimited potential to make money and an unlimited potential for freedom. Now, I'm not sure what you guys are after. I don't really care about the money. The money is just a tool to get freedom. Freedom is the only goal in all of this. That is why I work so little on this business. That is why I've based my lifestyle around the business rather than base my business around my lifestyle. It's one of those things a lot of people miss. They want to go thrifting for 60 hours a week. And that's great. If you like it, that's fantastic. But again, that's a lot of time that you're spending just on sourcing. So time management is really important, but just know that starting this whole career could really change your life. It could change your family's trajectory, and it could just provide so much more mental sanity. Number 6, you need to outsource as soon as possible. What I mean is, once you start having some sort of trajectory, once you hit maybe 100 grand in sales, start hiring help. Whether it's someone local that you know that could process items for you, get things listed for you, or if it's a virtual assistant like I have. So I hired my virtual assistant on Upwork.com. I'll leave the link in the bio and all that stuff. If you guys want to read the blog post, I go through all that. But I pay him $5 an hour. He can do listings for me. He can do research for me. He does spreadsheets for me. And he can even print shipping labels for me. It's seriously, guys, it's mind blowing. If you have the resources to do it, I highly recommend you taking that step, because that is what separates the day-to-day grinders into the real business and entrepreneurial spirit. It will change your life once you have to hire someone, and once you have to worry about that. It's a whole nother game. But hiring a virtual assistant is super easy. They're super capable, and they're amazing people. I've had mine for about a year now, and he is becoming a really good family friend. And I love him. He's part of my life. He's helped our business grow, and he, again, brought back my mental sanity. You can hire someone for 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. It doesn't matter. Just whatever you do not like doing in your business, hire help right away. Don't worry about the profit. The profit will come once you free up more time. You can go shopping, right? So if you hire someone for 5 hours a week, say that's only your spreadsheets and listings. Now you have 5 more hours a week to go sourcing, to spend time with your family, or to create another side hustle. Guys, please pay attention to that part and just do it. Once you make a little bit of money on eBay, hire someone to help you. On that note, number 7, network. You need to be able to talk to people. No one is going to bite down your neck if you tell them you're a reseller, for the most part. TikTok hates me. I get 30 people a day telling me to die. It's crazy. But most real, rational people not on the internet are going to be super awesome. They're going to want to sell you their stuff. They're not going to care that you're a reseller. In fact, again, it's going to open up more doors than close. For me, it was a big deal because I started networking at the swap meet. I met a bunch of great resellers there. I'm like, hey, this is what I do. This is how much money I want to spend. I'm not playing games with you guys. I will be here every single week, and I want you guys to save the best stuff for me. Guess what? They did. It was amazing. I had so many great buying opportunities just because I talk to people, just because I banter, and just because I tell them what I do and what I want and what I expect out of them. It's a mutual business deal, right? It's not anyone is losing or anyone's winning. It's mutually beneficial. They're resellers. They're trying to sell their stuff. I'm trying to buy their stuff. Network. It's so important. One single networking opportunity that I made through eBay made me over $6,000 in 2 months, just because I met someone and I helped them clear out their liquidation stuff. Guys, seriously, network. You don't have to be a socialite. I am the most introverted person you will ever meet in your life. If I can do it, you guys can do it. I promise. I've lost count. I think this is number 8. Document your journey. If you at all want to become like a social media person, you want to share your experiences, you want to teach people, start documenting your journey. People love learning new things online, and if you can help boost this community, it only helps us all more. This is a great community, it really is. There's a lot of people's lives you can change just by teaching them how to make money. And a lot of people may think it's too simple-minded, or maybe I'm not like smart enough to teach people. It's not true. Everyone is smart enough to teach someone something. So whether you're teaching them about eBay or reselling, I do highly recommend, if you're comfortable in front of a camera, if you're comfortable talking, or maybe just taking photos on Instagram, document your journey. Have some fun with it. You know, create like a little brand around it. You don't have to go as crazy as us with this whole resell junkie thing. I'm going a little bit overboard because my future involves digital products and getting away from selling only physical, tangible products. I'm not expecting that out of you, but I'm just saying you can take this to a whole nother level if you so please to, right? There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people you can meet online that are super cool, and it's just one more part of the cog in this whole wheel that kind of can make you money. If you take off documenting your journey, you can make affiliate revenue, you can make ad revenue, you can create a course. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with documenting your journey on social media, and social media is only growing day by day. So take those opportunities and milk them, make some money, why not? Going on taking opportunities, this is number 9. Take them, don't be scared. If you find a good bulk deal on something that maybe it's gonna clear out your bank account, take it. If there is not some dire need for that money right this second, and you can make a very calculated decision. Now, I'm not telling you to gamble. I hate gambling. I absolutely hate casinos. I hate all that stuff. What I'm telling you is to make an informed, calculated, researched decision on the lot of items that you're buying. So several times throughout the past few years, I have literally just cleared out our bank account with every penny that we had. But it's because I knew that those were going to be really good buys. One time I bought a whole lot of skateboards. It was like 30 or 40 skateboard decks from this guy. I paid over $1,000 for them, but literally within hours of listing the first one, I had already made like $400 back. So you need to be able to take some chances. You need to make them safely. Don't be crazy. Like if your kid's gonna be hungry tomorrow because you spent all this money on tchotchkes at the thrift store, don't do it. But just again, if you are in a position to where you can risk it a little bit, like I was, I didn't have a kid, we weren't that serious, like in debt before. So I was able to take some pretty good chances, and you know, I was open to opportunities. Those opportunities paid out really, really well for us. So guys, seriously, just be open to things. Just know that things are gonna come your way when you least expect them, and you need to be able to pivot. That could be a savings account that you have just saved up for this, or it could just be, like I just said, do something risky, take a chance, take a gamble, as you may. But yeah, do it. Follow the money. Don't be scared of it. Money comes and goes, and just, again, please research any big buys before you clear your bank account out, and make sure you let your wife or husband know, because that could be a really awkward conversation. And then lastly, number 10. I want to talk to you guys about some real stuff. When I first started this, I was so angry, I was so depressed, I was miserable, I was not a good husband, and there was no way I would have been a good father if I didn't start this journey 3 years ago. To some of you, this may just be about money. Guys, the amount of freedom and the amount of change I have had in my life, just because I started selling used stuff on eBay out of my closet, is overwhelming. I grew as a man, I grew as a husband, I grew as a father. There is no way I would be mentally sane or clear enough to have my son this year and be a present and active father if I didn't take this step into eBay. 3 years ago, again, I was the most depressed person you could probably ever imagine. I was a shell of myself. I was angry. I would yell at people and flick them off. It was just so toxic and so negative. I don't want to say eBay changed my life, but it did. It started all these little kind of progression stepping stones into what I have now. At this point in my life, I am very, very happy. I'm a very confident person. I'm a great father. I'm an active husband. I love my life. I love my home life. I love everything that's been built. But again, a lot of this happened because of eBay, because of starting a side hustle, because of the freedom that my wife and I have. You know, we have time to be at home now and to talk about things. We wake up, you know, together every morning. We have coffee. We don't go anywhere. We don't have to go anywhere. Now, I was able to give my wife the freedom of being a full-time mom. I've been a full-time dad since the second that my son was born. A lot of people don't have these freedoms. And to a lot of people, selling used clothes sounds so stupid. It really does. And a lot of people hate me on TikTok for what I do. They think I'm like stealing from the poor. I don't care. I really don't care. I love my life and I love how we've built this up. I love my reality and I just want that for you guys. That's why this channel exists. It's to be raw, real, and emotional and to inspire as many people as I possibly can. Now, I don't expect you to quit your corporate job overnight. I don't expect you to be crazy like I was. Again, my situation's a little bit different because I was just so ready to go. I hated everything I was doing 3 years ago, and I made this happen. That's the big thing. That's the overarching theme of this, is just make it happen. Don't make excuses. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what your family's like. I don't care how poor you are. You can literally start reselling today, and it can change your life in a month like it changed mine. Guys, again, this is a big deal. It's a big milestone. 300 grand. It's been so fun. Let's go to the next 300 grand. Let's hit $1 million. Let's see what happens with all this. 2021 is going to be insane. You guys don't even know the half of it yet. There's going to be some big news dropped soon. But guys, seriously, please, 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 just start a side hustle. Do something you love. Make some changes in your life. And let's grow together. So guys, if you took anything away from that, seriously, please smash that like button. It may actually help us make some ad revenue one day. It really helps the channel grow more than you know, and I would love you forever. And again, if you're not subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button. Let's be friends. Shoot me a message. Let's do all that stuff. Until next time, my name's Sebastian. Cheers.